Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today I'm going to go over the donations portfolio. What does that mean? It means that I'm adding companies that people donate to the channel. What that does is whatever donations I get for whatever reason, and the way that you donate is in the description link below. If I get donations, I'll put it into this portfolio. I'm going to manage this portfolio like I manage my own portfolio. Um, I'm buying very similar companies to what I'm buying in my main portfolio. It's basically the same companies. It just may be at different times because depending on when I get the money in there, I'll buy it. So if you guys want to know what I would buy, you could donate to the channel. I'll literally put it into a company that I think is good. I'm doing it in about $50 increments, and I'm spreading it amongst what I think are the best bets at this time that there is. It doesn't mean that I'm putting money directly into my favorite company because my favorite company might not be at the best location to buy it. So I might wait a little bit. So what I'm doing is I'm populating this with companies that I think have very good upside, has good chart patterns, and they're right where I think would be a good buying opportunity. So you get to see what I would be buying and when I would be buying it. This is a very good way to see why I'm buying things. Why am I buying it? What am I buying? And where. So what, when, and where, and how much, basically. And how another thing that it does, like, you glimpse to see how I'm building the portfolio. And I'm building this portfolio, as you can see, and I can get out of the way here real quick. If we got, this is the portfolio here. I'm building the portfolio by basically spreading the money out amongst what I think are the best bets across the entire group. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for chart patterns that are breaking out and moving. I'm looking for chart patterns that are right up against resistance, trying to break out of things and about to move, and that these are in good valued sectors and they have very good opportunities and they're good companies. So I'm looking at all of that information and determining where I should put money. So I am not a chaser. Like, I've got this one behind me. This is aluminum futures. Aluminum futures they're rocketing. They're launching higher. Would I be a chaser up here and buy that right now? Probably not. But I would buy some of the companies that are lagging, and that's exactly what I did. So what I found was ACH, which is the Aluminum Corporation of China Limited, looks really, really good. The big long-term picture view, and this is what gets me looking at it. Big long-term picture view is this thing is moving sideways. We are about to break out of this pattern here, and we've broken out of the pattern, and we haven't run yet. What I'm hoping is that this is going to run. Last bull market, this thing had a monster move out of it. If this is a move and this is a consolidation and we get another large move out of it, usually it's the size of the opening here, or it's the move that happened. Like, if this was a prelude, like the first wave, and we're gonna have a big third wave, which it could be that way. I'm not exactly sure on it, but that could happen. We could see a monster move out of Aluminum Corporation of China. So I'm looking at the risk reward here on this break. I think we're probably going to move here pretty soon, and it's looking pretty good for a big move to the upside. So I put a little bit of money in Aluminum Corporation China, ACH. So I added in there a little bit. We've got 1850 price. I'm up 0.78%. I wasn't really trying to time my purchase. I wanted to just get some money in there. So one, it's in front of us, and two, it's already at a pretty good spot. It's not the best entry point. I mean, obviously, if we're trading and trying to make money in the short term, you could probably find a better entry point somewhere else. But from a big kind of long-term perspective, I think this is going to be a pretty good bet. So that's the one I added in. That's the only one I added in today, I think, was ACH. And I think there wasn't any other ones that I added today. That's correct. The portfolio performance, we can look at that as well. I know it's only been a couple of days. And in all honesty, guys, you're not really measuring the performance of the companies. You're really measuring the performance of how well I can place bets, I guess, at this point, how good of a trader I am. But the overall portfolio, it is up 2.8% in basically 1 or 2 days. I don't know. Some of these I bought yesterday, some I bought the day before. So it's 2 days. I'm up 2.8%, and this one's 4.13% for COPX. So I'm up that amount percentage-wise so far. I've mainly focused on buying some of the energy service companies. The reason being is a lot of these companies, they're breaking out of very large patterns. That's what I'm trying to look for. I'm trying to look what is down, what is about to break a big pattern. If you're next to a big pattern, that's your base to launch from. That is what, think of it as like trying to dunk a basketball. If you're in midair, you can't jump again. You're just pushing against nothing. You're pushing against air. If a company goes up and it goes away from its base, you're in air, so to speak. You have nothing to jump from, unless you're going up to another area where you consolidate, and then you have another base to jump from. And that's usually how markets move. They move up, they consolidate. They move up, they consolidate. They move up, they consolidate, and they do that pattern over and over and over. What we're looking for are big basing patterns to jump from. The big pattern, the one where it's the original push to really get moving. One, you're going to have better value down there, and two, you're going to have something better to jump from, usually. What I'm identifying are these are all the companies that haven't really taken off yet. They're the ones that are still down, and I'm trying to get money into them as quickly as possible. Some of them they're in mid stride, maybe, but most mid stride meaning they've already run quite a bit, but they're still incredibly cheap. All these are still very cheap. So a lot of the companies I'm targeting are ones that are down. I'm not going after anything that looks vertical. So if I were to pull up a chart, and hopefully I can beat this into you guys, into your kind of minds on how to look at some of these things. If you're looking at something and it's got like a monster run, oh, I know which ones I can look at. I can look at lithium. Lithium's had a big run, and if I can find it, here we go. Right above, here it is. So this is just the lithium index, LIT ETF. Here's your base. Your base is here, and we've had a monster move out off this base. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to identify companies that are down here, somewhere like above the base or somewhere below the base. Those are the two areas in that big circle. And I'm not necessarily going after these. This is going to have to base out. It's going to need another consolidation period, I think, before moving. So I don't want to necessarily put my money there. So I'm looking for companies that are around this base. One that I've identified that I went into, it's in the portfolio, is Intrepid Potash. I like that one a lot. If I can find it, here we go. IPI is right at that base, and it's just starting to break out. So that there is something I look for. And this one's got two positive aspects. It's got a downtrend line that's broken, and it's just above it. And we've got the sideways line that's breaking, that's just above it. This is kind of where a whole bunch of buyers and sellers kind of converge. And right where they converge is where things happen, where they break. And this is the spot where it was bouncing, it hit its head, came back to the other support line, hit its head, came back to the support line. I was a big buyer here. You guys on the channel should know that. I bought a lot of Intrepid Potash. I'm loading into it. And then I bought again in here for, well, it'd be over here for the portfolio of the donations portfolio that we're going over right now. That is this guy, Intrepid Potash. It's up 8.5% from where I bought it. I basically just bought it to get into it. But that's where it is. That's what I'm trying to look for. ACH was the other one that we were looking at. That one's a fresh break as well, just recently broken out. Aluminum's off to the races. This is the aluminum price. This is where the break is, and ACH is kind of lagging. Hopefully, I can see a catch-up move here once it breaks through kind of this. Hold on, I need to get the other line. I can't draw this straight. There's this guy here that we're trying to break. If we can break above this line here, I think we're gonna get a big move out of this thing, and we're gonna go blah 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 way higher than that. So that's what I think. If we can do that, and then all these other companies in here, I'm looking for breaks, and it all comes down to humans and interactions and the containment they put on it, and trying to break those patterns. So we're getting one, we're in a commodity boom. Two, so I'm looking at commodity companies. Two, I'm looking for what's down and has great shortages in the future. Oil. So I'll step through some of my thought process with energy service companies here real quick, and the reason I'm buying some of this stuff. One, they're down. Two, if people put sanctions against Russia and they don't want to buy their oil, for whatever reason. We're already in an oil pinch anyway. And let's say Biden wants to increase production of oil in the United States. What do we need? We need energy services. We need to drill more. If we're going to drill more, that means the service companies are going to come in here at very high oil prices, and then people are going to be fighting for their services. It's a supply demand of energy service companies, and with the reduced investment in this sector, they're going to be fighting if they want to increase production. So they're going to be fighting for these services, which I think will drive up prices. Basically, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the deep sea type, the next era, or where people are going to be looking for oil off of Africa, the Guyana oil field. They're looking outside into the waters offshore, and they're looking for oil out there. I think, in my opinion, that there's going to be a high demand if we go into an era where oil becomes short for whatever reason. And I think that the deep sea drillers are going to be a really good bet for potential investment. They've been slaughtered, absolutely slaughtered from this downtrend in oil. The first movers are usually the oil and exploration companies because what they sell goes up first, but then it'll transfer to the energy service companies next. So I'm looking at the energy service companies. Anything that deals with kind of deep sea type stuff or offshore type things, I'm going in and I'm spreading my money out. Boom, spreading it across those. I think it's a good bet. We're seeing the patterns all break. So it's aligning. Everything's lined up for this to do pretty well, I think, for the energy service companies. I don't have a lot of exposure to aluminum. I wanted to start getting some exposure there. The silver and gold companies have been lagging behind. Those have just broken out. I want to get exposure to it. And then I bought some oil companies, irrespective, just because I think they'll go higher no matter what. So CDEV and SM are my two cheetahs. I'm gonna get, I got them in the portfolio. I bought BTU. Someone wanted me to buy BTU. That was a good bet. Coal, it's up 21%. It's the largest returning stock in the portfolio at the moment, and we've only had it for a couple days. CDE is another one that someone wanted me to buy. It's down there. It looks good. Would I buy it based off of the chart alone? Probably not, but I'll buy it because it's a donation. Somebody wanted me to buy it. I will definitely buy whatever you guys want me to buy for the portfolio. LEU is one that was coming back to a support line. Is this an ultimate bottom? Tough to say. I'm waiting for the uranium companies to pull back a little bit. I still have a little bit of cash in this portfolio. I've got $182. That's, if I'm doing it in $50 increments, that's about 3 companies. I'm saving about 3 companies. Now, there's another company that I'm also have to wait for the money to go through to purchase that somebody else wanted me to purchase. It still hasn't cleared all the way, so I'm trying to wait for it to clear so I can buy that company. It's a small, I think I'd have to look at it again. I think it's called Red something. I'll have to buy that one for them. And I still have one that I have to buy. I think it was Vox Royalty that somebody wanted me to buy. The problem with buying that one is they charge a $7 fee, and it's only $23. So I don't want to spend $6. So if I think it was Brandon or Brendan, if you want to change your pick, put it in the comment section below if you see this, because I probably don't want to buy something with a $6.95 fee with $23 worth of whatever. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's what we have. If you guys want to donate to the channel and you want to buy a specific stock, someone did donate. They want to specifically buy uranium companies with the donation. So I will buy uranium companies with it. That's coming probably tomorrow. That we'll do that. But the description's in the link. It's a PayPal link. And if you guys donate, just let me know what you want me to do with it, and I will do exactly that. If you want me to buy a specific sector, which one I would pick, I can add that to the portfolio as well. This will be an accumulation of whatever the channel finding value is. And maybe we can put together a channel and battle another channel. Maybe we can do something. If that sounds cool, I can get with maybe another channel. We can battle against them and make this pretty interesting, almost like a series. I've been thinking about that, and this will be a battle between maybe finding value channel and another channel or something. If someone's interested in going about it, I'm good either way. If I win or lose, in the battle, I think we'll both win because it'll be fun to do it. So if that's something that interests you, put it in the comment section. If that sounds interesting, if you want to battle against another channel doing a donations portfolio just like this, and then we can see who can get some big returns or compare returns or compare picks against each other. That'd be, I think, kind of cool. If you guys like the content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.